Come on out. Izzy, come on. Not today. Come on, let's go. Good girl. What have I forgotten? Well, Croeso muy bon dias, and welcome back to another sweaty episode of the Finger Trip Diaries. Summer's arrived, it's blinking hot now. As usual, my day starts with a dog walk. I normally try to go before the sun gets up. Some mornings we walk, some mornings we run. When I lived in the UK, I was very quick to criticise immigrants, not integrating and learning the language. But I've lived in Spain now, getting on for, I don't know, I think it's about 4 years. And I get in a year for the language, but it's not the same as conversing. But we live such a, I don't want to say remote, because we're not remote as such, but we are, that's what I'm looking for. The adventure started a while ago, because you know my back is giving me grief. So just at the beginning of this year we had to come to a decision, basically, whether my health, specifically my back, was going to let us carry on this life. I'm always seem to be carrying something, moving something and picking something up. So did we pack up and leave and try and go back to a normal life, or do we have to take steps to adapt? I'm not quite so photogenic that way back. Just a quick way to exercise the 3 dogs, and I put a galgo tied to my waist. I'm doing 25 minutes, 5 kilometers, 25.45. Not horrible for a man of my age. 4th run in 6 months after being diagnosed with osteoarthritis and herniated disc. So we decided to buy a machine from China to help with the lifting and carrying. So after much to and fro-ing, I ordered what's called a mini skid steer from AliExpress. Now the Chinese are a canny lot. They won't give you a price. They say that it's all custom built to order. I opted for the bigger one, so I ordered it. I think it was in February, and it was sold to me. I could have it in 5 weeks. I'd save myself a lot of money if it was delivered to Valencia, and I would collect from the docks in Valencia. Today we're off to the customs agent's warehouse to collect my machine, hopefully. Let's breath of me hassling him, to be honest. But we've both been very nervous. We've sent a lot of money to China without even seeing anything, and allegedly a box was put on a ship. Send another 1,700 euros to a shipping agent who I'd never met, for him to pay he pays the duty basically on my behalf. So today we're off to him. Now luckily enough, when I bought this old car, and that was 2 years ago now, it was in quite a bad way. There'd been rats underneath the bonnet, and it was they've chewed through 4 of the cables. 2 of them look repairable and 2 of them don't. Stinking of rat urine. New water pump, new timing belt tensioner, new timing belt idler, more rat poo. Quite possibly the dirtiest thing I've done for a long time. It was 32 degrees here yesterday and 90% humidity, so it wasn't really the weather for overalls. I had 4 showers yesterday. Well, things are progressing in the garage, or regressing depending on your point of view. I think I found now all the wires where the rats have been chewing, and I've exposed them as best I can for me to be able to repair them. Now, in one of those jobs that I'm beginning to wish I hadn't started, because this isn't a project, it's supposed to be a quick service. There was a water leak behind the dashboard, so somebody's blanked one of these pipes off. But I'm into it now, so I'm one of these idiots that don't like to be beaten. So that's why it smells of rats in here. Look, that's not supposed to be in there. This might be why the aircon won't work again. I'm not especially a fan of air conditioning in cars or houses, but I prefer not to drive about in the car that's stinking of rat. Let's call it pee, shall we? Just not to offend anybody. Came with an old trailer and a cement mixer. You've seen me using the trailer quite a lot in the videos. What you haven't seen is that I've had to do quite a bit of work to the trailer. It needed a bit of welding, I put some new plywood in, and then last week, in preparation for this journey, I put some new wheel bearings on it. They're not supposed to sound like that. This one's alright. I've already done that. And it's this new machine on its own is slightly above the legal limit of my trailer, to be honest. But I got another attachment, which is another weight. And bizarrely, the customs agent said I got to load myself, but they don't offer forklift loading. You know, if you've just taken 1,000 euros off somebody in fees for handling charges and paperwork, you would expect them to at least spend 3 minutes loading my trailer. No, so that's why you saw me putting all that stuff in the car this morning. Potentially I've got to uncrate the machine and start it unload it myself and drive it onto my trailer. So I had to bring tools to uncrate. I had to bring planks to try and cobble together a loading ramp. I had to bring mechanical tools and batteries because this machine has been on the sea for 5 weeks. You know, I can't imagine it's going to want to start straight on the quay. From what I've seen of Chinese things, I'd much rather spend the day, go around it with a spanner and everything first you're even trying to start it. That may not be an option. I really can't see that I'm going to have to unbox this and lift it on. If for no other reason than if you were the yard manager, then you wouldn't want some old Welshman in the corner with tools messing about with the box. You want him in and you want him out. We'll see. I'll leave you alone now. I'll come back to you when I arrive. Well, I'm here. I think I've done all the paperwork. I'm with Pidgin Spanish. I think I'm waiting. Still don't know if I got to load myself. I don't think the forklifts are suitable for it. We'll see. I'll be back. Well, I'm all loaded and on the way home. The loading wasn't very interesting. The battery in my camera died. And to be honest, I was a bit preoccupied getting it exactly how I wanted it on the trailer. Tied it down to be messing about loading, and it was a bit of a busy place anyway. They had people in and out, the lorries, and it was, you know, not the type of place that I could stand back and mess about making videos. The good news is that I didn't have to uncrate it and drive the damn thing on. I give the forklift driver €10 and he's my best mate now. Couldn't be more helpful. To be fair, everybody there was very helpful. Anyway, I think this video's gone on long enough now. Thanks for watching till the end. No guesses for what the next video is going to be. What's in the box?